What's going on? Shout out to Amara Woods, who is one of my patrons on Patreon. They actually sent me a message asking me, can I talk about their barber's son's coffee company called Sailor Brew Coffee. And y'all know I like to promote, or whenever I can, anybody, people's business and whatnot. At first I was hesitant to want to do it, because one thing I like to do is I like to actually try something that people have before I actually just give my take on what it is that I'm talking about. But two things. One, this company is located in Pasadena, California, clearly on the other side of the establishment. And two, it's coffee. And I'm not a coffee drinker. And I think that was one of the biggest reasons why I was kind of hesitant to want to talk about it. But I said, you know what? Amar is a huge contributor to the channel through the super chat. They are heavily engaged with my channel. They are a patron on Patreon. So let me go ahead and do it. But this right here, I'm actually on the website right now. And this is the front. It says Sailor Brew Coffee. It says the leader in single origin coffees. We only deal with the best. And it's just basically their home shop, brewing courses, meet the crew, blog, and contact. The usual stuff that you can find on websites. And of course, they have their Instagram logo right up here. And if we just scroll down, this just says their flagships selection, pay in full or in for interest free installments for orders between $50 and $3,000 with shop pay. And it looks like they have a sale going on, because it's originally $25 and now they're selling it for $20. And this is how the packaging looks. It actually looks very interesting. I wouldn't expect a coffee bag to look like that, but there it is. And I think there's something else here too. Oh, there's just another image that they took for promotional purposes. Now, this is the part I really wanted to focus on, and I'm gonna let this play. This is actually a news clip where I guess the owner was being interviewed for Black History Month. So I'm assuming that this was last year. And this is the owner right here. I'm gonna go ahead and let this play out. I think the clip is about 4 minutes and 44 seconds long.
We are celebrating Black History Month with a local coffee expert who is brewing inspiration through his coffee brand and encouraging everyone to start their day with a cup of motivation.
We like coffee experts. Joining us live is Taurean Sailor. He is the founder and owner of Sailor's Brew Coffee, based in Pasadena. Good morning.
Morning.
So, Taurean, tell us about your background and how do you become a coffee expert?
I'm an Altoona and Pasadena native, also U.S. Army Ranger veteran, and coffee connoisseur. Spent the past several years really doing a deep dive analysis of coffee and coffee culture and the coffee market itself. Spent a lot of time talking to different experts, whether friends and also people I come across in the industry about various aspects of coffee. And again, just doing my due diligence, research, trial and error, and I just sticking to my script of trying to create the best product I could create for coffee enthusiasts.
Okay, so you started your coffee brand in 2018. Tell us about the brand. Where is it sourced, and what is it that makes your coffee unique?
Excellent question. So our coffees are single origin, they're organic, and when possible, we like to work with fair trade importers. And our coffees are, most of the time, they're coming from the Ethiopian region, as well as Jamaica. And the small batch roasting is a process that we do, so we're not roasting a bunch at one time, it stays fresh. And we're also focusing on rare regions for the newer beans, stuff that the average consumer probably isn't coming across.
So I love this. The motto is motivation in every sip. What is exactly the meaning behind that?
So I got that from, as we all know, coffee motivates your body. So our brand is aspiring to motivate your inner being by tapping into the core of your person, keeping you on the positive path. When I look at life itself, I compare it to the ocean. There's ups, there's downs, there's storms, but staying positive, staying motivated would surely see you through it all. And that's what we're aiming to do.
That's awesome.
All right, so you're introducing your flagship selection this month. Tell us more about this new product line.
Certainly. The flagship selection I have right here. This is a quarterly rotation of rare and exquisite coffees that are pretty hard to come by. This month, our debut coffee is a Ethiopian Shinta Wani, and it goes through a fermentation process called carbonic maceration. In a nutshell, basically the coffee cherries as a whole are placed into an airtight tank for 24 hours. And once they're removed, they go through a slow drying process, and that creates a very fruitful, complex tasting coffee, and it's definitely a treat.
Thanks for breaking down those big words.
Boy, I thought wine and bourbon were complicated.
I know.
That's wow.
Okay, great. So, what's next for Sailor's Brew Coffee?
So next we have, this month we are rolling out a coffee starter kit where you have a selection of coffees you can pick from, as well as merchandise to include our travel mugs, regular mugs, beanies, hats. Aside from that, we also have our app, which is how we're also going to further promote the motivational aspect by pushing out motivational quotes and content on a daily basis to the people that download the app. And the app is free, of course. So look for that later on this month. And lastly, we're also doing online brewing courses with yours truly. It'd be a one-on-one experience for different brew methods you could do in your own kitchen.
Interesting.
All right, obviously the big question, where do you buy your coffee?
For myself. I'll buy it for myself.
Where can we get it?
You can buy it www.sailorsbrewcoffee.com. You'll also follow us on Instagram at Sailors Brew Coffee. And we ship directly to your house. For our outside in Pasadena and some other surrounding cities, we offer a $2 delivery fee. And
All right.
we bring it to your door.
Sounds good, Trayvon. Good luck, and congratulations. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Sailor's Brew Coffee. Remember that name?
Check it out.
Yeah.
Okay, so y'all just heard the clip right there, or saw the clip, I should say. Shout out to this individual. Let me scroll it back just a little bit. But shout out to him right here. And, you know, I'm glad they had this video clip up here. I'm just like sitting here just listening to the interview and what he's talking about. And what I've noticed is that a lot of Black owned businesses, when it comes to dealing with something that is herbal or anything with a liquid, a lot of times it tends to be organic or natural. You'll rarely, I'm not saying you won't find it, but I'm finding that a lot of Black people are tapping into stuff that is organic and natural and getting away from stuff that's artificial, which is a very good thing, because when it comes to our community, you know, we can dip and dabble into things that are not natural. And of course, the effects that it has on your body is just, it's not good overall, especially if you consume too much of it. Not saying you can't have none of it, but it's not good to have too much at the same time. So shout out to him for making this very organic. Like I said, unfortunately, I'm not a coffee drinker, but to all of those out there who are coffee drinkers, this is possibly for you. And to those who live in California, you're even closer. Of course, if you live a little further away from California, it'll take a little time for your package to get to you should you decide to utilize the services. What I'll do is I will leave the link to this man's website and to his Instagram. Well, maybe just the website, because the Instagram is up here and down in the comments below, and you can go ahead and order yours and just, of course, let the people know how it is. But again, shout out to Amara for sending this to me or telling me about this so I can put this out here for your consumption. And I'm glad that that you asked me to do this. Melanated excellence is not enough to go around, but just know that it's always present somewhere, somehow, some way. And with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and end this video, and I'll talk to you all in the next one.